Wow, it's making quite the noise. Look at all those drops. Hello and welcome back to MeatballCraft. We're on episode 4. Not much to update in between episodes. I made a little extra area here, which I'll talk about that in a sec. I also accepted the quest for talking about how radiation is a thing. So we have a Geiger counter now in the corner there, you can see, and we have a little bit of radiation in our base. It gets bigger as we go down here. I assume it's because there's uranium and shit underground. But we'll just pretend that doesn't exist for now. Blissfully ignorant. Now, the main thing I'd like to do in this episode is set up a mob grinder. And I think the best way to do that, especially at this point, is industrial foregoing. We can make a mob crusher. We can throw some upgrades in it to expand the area that it works in. And this will give us both the drops and mob essence. And mob essence will let us spawn whatever mobs we want later down the track. So I think it's a pretty good bet, but it's a little bit of a rabbit hole to get there. Plastic is sort of one of the main ingredients of industrial foregoing. And to get that, we need a latex processing unit and a tree fluid extractor. And these kind of run slowly, get us a bunch of rubber, which we can smelt up to plastic. Now the thing with these is that they require a basic crafting table. If you remember, we talked about the basic crafting table last episode, and I'm pretty confident that we can just go ahead and make this right now. Been doing a little preparation, so I've got here a block of aluminum brass, which we need, as you can see in the middle here, and I also have these iron shards, which we also need. As the main sort of component of the basic crafting table is this black iron, which is an iron shard and an ink sac. So I don't actually think I need this much. I kind of went a bit overboard. I think if I do 20 or so, I think that'll be enough. I kind of split up our storage a little bit here. You can see I've got sort of dusts and gems and that kind of thing here, and ingots in here. Just kind of got too full, actually. Filled up the storage crate. And then I also split out this one between random loot stuff and mob drops. Anyway, speaking of mob drops, ink sac. Need a bunch of those. And there we go. 40 black iron. Now we need to make, I think, 8 of these basic components. So that's at least 8 black iron slate. And we also need a bunch of this luminescence. Now we could use emeralds, redstone and gunpowder here, but we don't have a huge amount of emeralds, and we don't have a huge amount of emeralds. And they're sort of not as renewable as glowstone. We can just go to the nether and get more glowstone if we need to. So I think I will use glowstone. Man, we don't have much gunpowder either. Should be fine though. Should be able to make enough. So I'll make 8 of these basic components. So 4 will go in the corners there. And then the other 4 will be used to make the basic catalyst. Which goes to the top. And then I just need 1 more black iron slate and a couple crafting tables. And there we go. Easy peasy. Basic crafting table. Crafted. And I'm going to put that just beside our other one here, I think. Nice. Look at that. Now, I believe that's a quest, because this is very, very standard progression here, I think. Oh, cool. Gives us a few little things here. Omni wand. Looks like this is kind of the same as the tome. Akashic tome, but for wrenches? Is that right? Yeah, so I think I combined that with crescent hammer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What else can I do it with? I can probably do it with an engineer's hammer. I would imagine. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that. So Omni Wand, I can just switch between. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So we'll keep that on us. And I ended up making quite a bit more black iron than I needed, but I'm sure it will come in handy down the track. So now we need to make a tree fluid extractor. So I think I've got everything here to make a tree fluid extractor. I'll just make an iron gear. There we go, tree fluid extractor. And I should have everything for the processing unit as well. Latex processing unit, there we go. I can tell already that switching between these crafting tables is going to confuse me. Now, there's a few other things that I've prepped in advance for this, because the latex processing unit creates rubber from both the latex from the tree fluid extractor, but also water. And in order to get an infinite supply of that, I've just made an aqueous accumulator, which is a pretty simple recipe, just a bunch of iron, redstone, that kind of thing. So if we head down here, I made a little spot for it here too. I'll put a couple water buckets in so that we can fill this up. Then the aqueous accumulator goes in here, and it should just fill up with water. There we go. And then I think I might even be able to just put this latex processing unit right on the top there. And there we go. Automatically fills with water. Now, in order to get some latex in here, we need to set up this tree fluid extractor. And I think I'm going to place it here. We'll use our Omni Wand to flip it around. And then underneath, of course, I'm just wanting to place a transfer node to pull the latex out and insert it into the latex processing unit. So the way this works, of course, we grab a log, place it there, and the fluid extractor should automatically grab some latex from that. And this spruce wood will eventually break, but it does take a little while, so I'll see how we go. Maybe we'll just replace it whenever we notice it's gone for the moment. But that latex is going down into the latex processing unit here, and that's filling up the reservoir. And we've got water in there now, so all we need is energy. And if you remember, we have a coal generator that's just sitting here. So I might just move this over for now. Place that beside. And so now this is getting power, and it's generating us tiny dry rubber. Look at that. Now it's pretty slow for this tree fluid extractor. I wonder if I should just make a bunch more. They're actually not that expensive at all. And there we go. Should be getting latex in here quite a bit faster now that we've got 3 of those bad boys going. And you can actually see the log breaking there. So it is kind of breaking a bit faster than I had expected. Decided I'll have a look at this auto placer. Should be able to make one of these from Actually Additions. So we should be able to use this to automatically replace the spruce wood whenever that gets destroyed. Our latex processing unit has been going hard. You see we've got a ton of tiny dry rubber here. I can turn all of this into dry rubber, and then the dry rubber we should be able to smelt. Yeah. Sweet. So that dry rubber smelts into plastic. Yeah, sweet. So the dry rubber smelts into plastic. Now that I've got some plastic, I think I can make a mob crusher. I think I've got everything here I need. Need to make an iron sword. We need a tin gear. That's of course used to make the machine frame, which we do in the basic crafting table. Then it's just a couple books, couple gold gears, and the plastic. I think. What goes in the middle? Oh, redstone. Yeah. Just like that, a mob crusher. If I take a look at the upgrades, I think the biggest range add-on we can get here is plus 12. We do have enough emeralds, but I'm thinking it might be better just to do the diamond one. I know, classic preserving of resources until who knows when. Never using emeralds until we have too many emeralds. But yeah, I don't want to go too crazy, so we'll just stick with a diamond range add-on. I mean, already that's plus 10 range, which is, I mean, it's massive, huge, more than we'll ever need. So I can just go show working area, and by default it only does this one block. But of course, if we throw in this range add-on, that is quite a bit of a bigger area. So it's cool. All the tooltips and everything that I've read about this says that the best place for a mob farm is down on like Y level 2. Is this one here. So I'm thinking I'll just dig a big area out here and make a mob farm out of it. And there we go. You can see I've built a little room here for our mob grinder. It's exactly the same size as the mob crusher works with the upgrade that we've put in it, the diamond one. So that's pretty sweet. And of course the floor is all dirt because the plan is to use drops of evil to turn it all into cursed earth, which will mean that mobs will spawn like crazy. That's cool. Cool. I've made this little room here, you can see, and I'm thinking, yeah, we'll use these walls, maybe even dig it further back this way a bit for storage. I'll make some drawers. And I can turn it off and on with the lamps at the top there. Definitely wanted to have this because, yeah, we don't want to be stuck in a position where there are mobs everywhere and we can't turn this thing off. But in terms of powering it, I was having a look at the quest book, and there's actually a quest for making a storage scanner that gives us a Spectre coil. Now I'm pretty sure this Spectre coil just generates 128 RF per tick just for nothing. So I'm hoping to grab that. Making a storage scanner isn't too bad. Ender pearls, gold ingots, machine frame as well. Now that we've got the basic crafting table, is just aluminum, brass, yellorium, and lapis. So I picked up a few yellorium, since I've been kind of avoiding them a little bit since they have radiation, but I don't think it'll matter too much for just this little amount. And we were actually lucky enough to get some ender pearls from the random drops we get when mining. So we got a few of them, 5 or so. So that's real good. As I mentioned, we're wanting to set the ground up with cursed earth. And the way to get cursed earth is with a drop of evil. And looking at the drop of evil, it's a 10% chance to drop from a wither skeleton. Obviously in the nether. Now, I kind of prepared for this earlier, if you remember, with this skeleton spawner that I've stored down here. I'll grab it in our sack of holding. This skeleton spawner, of course, when it's in the nether, will spawn wither skeletons instead of regular skeletons. So we pretty much just need to set up a little spot. Oh, me from the future here. Turns out I was completely wrong about that. For some reason, it doesn't work. I don't know if I'm thinking of a different mod pack or a newer version of Minecraft. I'm not sure where I thought that would happen. But I tried it. Went to the nether, made an area, and didn't work. Just spawned skeletons. So decided I would try do it the old-fashioned way. You'll see how that turned out. Well, since that plan didn't really work out, time to pivot a little bit. I'd like to make a mob duplicator, and so I'm going to need nether wart. Now I'm pretty confident if we just grab this bad boy, put it beside our generator, we will of course need to power the generator. And I grab a mushroom. There we go. I got another wart. I only need one, so just can go back in here for now. So with the nether wart, just need to make a machine frame, and I think I can make a mob duplicator. Now, the other thing, of course, I'll need with the mob duplicator is a mob imprisonment tool. And so I need this to capture the mob so I can put it in the mob duplicator to duplicate it. Now, this just needs a copper coin, a couple alumite, and some catalyzing glands. And these catalyzing glands drop off creepers. Or I think I found some in a desert temple while I was exploring. The other way we can make it, of course, is with a ghast tear, but I'm not confident that we could find a ghast in the nether and manage to kill it. So I think I've got a couple catalyzing glands here, and then we just need a coin and the alumite. There we go, mob imprisonment tool. So I popped back to the nether to grab a wither skeleton inside our new mob imprisonment tool. You can see here we've got one in there, which is great. And then with this mob duplicator, I'll put it in the middle here. I've also been leaving this mob crusher running for a bit with the blaze spawner in front of it, so you can see we've got a bunch of stuff here, but main thing we're after is the fluid essence here, which pretty full. It's pretty good. I figure I might as well use our transfer node that we have spare here to pump it straight into this mob duplicator for now. There we go. It's got some fluid essence. And of course we need to power it, so I'll just grab the Spectre coil for now, since this is just kind of a temporary setup. Some power on this bad boy. It's charging up. And now I'm pretty sure as soon as I put this mob imprisonment tool in there, we should start spawning some withers. There we go. Oh, I need to turn this off so that it stops killing them, because we want to kill them with our tiny one level of looting on our sword. There we go. Look at that, a drop of evil. That didn't take long. Oh, another one. Yeah, this is how we should have done it from the start. Managed to turn it off there. Oh, easy. Easy. 2 drops of evil. So I'm going to pick this up. Return the Spectre coil to the mob crusher. And now I think if I just put this drop of evil in the middle here and be ready to gap it out of here, hopefully this will work. There's the drop of evil. Look at that. We got some cursed earth. And now I think since this is running, it's got power. I think if I turn this light off, we should get some enemies spawning. Wow, it's making quite the noise. That was like 5 seconds. No way. Just gonna quickly empty my inventory so I can see what kind of stuff we're getting from this. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have so much stuff to deal with from this mob farm. This is gonna be a bit of a nightmare. What a great problem to have, too many resources, right? Now, of course, all those items would have appeared in the mob crusher instead if it had been empty. I would be so screwed if I hadn't put the on-off switch on this because that was a lot of mobs. But yeah, I think it's probably a good time to wrap up this episode. We achieved our goal of a mob farm. Got a bunch of stuff here. Next, we kind of just have to figure out where we're going to store it all. Of course, I think I'll use a bunch of drawers, put some void upgrades on them, and then we just have to deal with the non-stackables, which again will be a challenge, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. Yeah, thanks for watching, especially if you made it this far. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.